I've been practicing Ayurvedic medicine for over 20 years now. Initial half in the US and back now in India. For the past few years, of late, for the past 4 or 5 years, I'm also trying to include lifestyle medicine and functional medicine. And I'm happy to share some of my learnings because I think we'll all be better physicians if we can expand the scope of our practice and include some of this. The whole attempt for this talk is to be connecting the dots, covering the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, the imbalances of functional medicine, some of very new age diagnostics in disease prevention, half of them are not available in India as of today, and a quick note on physician burnout. We all know breast cancer, BRCA gene, the medicine team here, so I don't think anybody is not aware of this gene. But again, genes are not your destiny. Epigenetics is a new space now, and not everybody has this gene, nor does everybody with this gene eventually end up getting cancer. What turns these on and off could be many times lifestyle, the 6 pillars of lifestyle, the food we eat, exercise, sleep hygiene, stress management, positive psychology, and substance abuse. Heart scans, 2 test tubes, can you all guess which is which? Both were blood samples centrifuged from a patient. One was after a vegetarian sandwich, 3 hours, and one was after a double-decker cheeseburger. It's kind of obvious, right? All this white gooey stuff on top is from the cheeseburger, which cause these heart blocks, again coming in from food. That's a picture from my garden. Every monsoon in Bangalore, we have this moss grow. In the same way, the bricks act like a substrate. The food we eat acts as a substrate to the gut microbiota, which itself is an organ, acts as the second brain, talking to the main brain, creating all these hormones, serotonin and such, which itself is being used in therapeutics, fecal transplant, and that's an entire talk by itself. We go to broca scans, right? That's the hormone. Sugar that hits the same sweet spot in the brain, lighting up in the same way all the addictive substances like nicotine, tobacco, amphetamines light up. And the food industry giants can know about it, and just like how we in the hospitals have pharmacists to do the right combinations, they have food scientists and food tasters who bring in the right combination of the combinations of the addictive foods, which gets marketed very so candidly, which lights up and hits the pleasure trap in the brain. This is kind of because also there's been a new paradigm shift in how we are approaching medicine. We were all trained to address, we've never trained to address the root cause of chronic diseases, kind of mop the floors and never really turn off the tap. Be ready with our ambulances to take the patients to the hospital, but never really build fences against them ending up there in the first place. Has also led to physician burnout. Statistics coming in from 2009 survey in California, about 53% physicians complain about, rant about moderate to severe stress, no exercise, 7% depression, some of the numbers out there. It's also because we've been trained to focus on the wellness end of things, the illness spectrum, and never really the wellness, which is on the other opposite. And this is how we're told the map looks, but that's not true, right? Today we have Google Maps, and we also know it's a 3-dimensional Earth system. We were taught the Krebs cycle, but there are so many other cycles which are interconnected. That's the nature intelligence, which kind of by far surpasses human intelligence. And I think what we know is far lesser, it's no limited, than what we don't know, which is infinite, as nature's intelligence. And science has been evolving, enabling science, modules era, and now we are into systems biology. The talk, I think, Chicago Data Medicine Conference, about 15% referrals were being coming in from systems biology in the first few slides as they showed. WHO definition of health includes physical, mental, social well-being as well, and not really absence of disease. World statistics coming in, top 7 reasons of death, all lifestyle related, all reversible. Therefore, this needs to be the base, the foundation of any medicine that we practice. We need to look at the grassroots level, which makes us better doctors. Everything in the bottom, which when we're talking about lifestyle diseases, which includes cancer, we see a lot of thyroid diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. All of them are related. There's something else going on at the grassroots level. And once we address that, that's how we can truly improve health. Speaking about fat itself acts like an organ, attracts many hormones, leads to many diseases. Again, control, looking at the traditional risks we see because of better indoor pollution, water sanitation, hygiene, and the nutrition. All those statistics are coming down. Whereas we are seeing modern risks, including tobacco, including overweight, the risk numbers are increasing. BMI is different for Indians, especially Asians, especially Indians. Cutoffs are different, and most of the apps out there still go by the Caucasian data. This is a slide coming in from the New England Journal. Disease is, there are multiple networks. A lot of new things are happening, including what you can wear, CGM patches, sleep rates, continuous monitoring stuff happening, big data out there. The landscape of how we look at disease is changing, and multiple factors affecting health management. If you see, is about 20% is truly medical treatment. There are behavior, lifestyle impacts, environmental impacts, socio-economic impacts, and about 95% of the health money gets spent on the top most disease spectrum. The healthier or on the bottom end, and if we can divert that, we can truly decrease disease burden. And the diagnostics field, which we are all on, we only catch the tip of the disease. And there is a significant either before or after, looking at your normal. This slide itself will take me half an hour to explain, but I'll skip that. And that is where the disease reversal space or lifestyle or functional medicine can help without really needing high-end medications. And the foundation is today is an excellent exposome, right? What happens outside, how that affects the internal cardiac and ultradian with the multiple circuits, the genome, epigenetics, and functional reserve, efficiency states, and longevity. That's a new regenerative medicine, that's a new frontier. We are all aware of lifespan and life expectancy, both are different. A human being can live up to 120 years. I don't know how many of you have read the book by Larry Whitner, The Blue Zones. It was on the National Geographic as well. A lot of that is also covered in my book. Lifespan is what we can define, but life expectancy is up to 120 years. And there's a lot we can do in that space in terms of disease prevention, in terms of recognition of root causes, diet, nutrients, by non-pharmaceutical means. Because illness is multi-causal and therefore it is multifactorial. There is no one single pill for one single thing. And for that we need the brain to work optimally. It needs to be fed optimally, both internally with food and externally with thoughts. When we talk about personalized medicine, a lot of things are happening in the genomic space, transcriptomics, metabolomics, and when we put all of these together, we can do better patient care. If you go up to the NASA website, this is what the latest project is. They have two twins, one twins, guys, identical twins, and one person is up in air, and they are continuously monitoring them with all the wearables and the lifestyle changes and how the genes respond to that. A lot more new data and research is going to come out of that. That's the omics. We are also seeing that in radiomics. For me, the connection is like this. Nuclear medicine is functional imaging, so you have different tracers for different organ system imaging. In the same way, functional medicine itself looks at different organ systems at a mitochondrial health level. We know the energy medicine, right? It's like 3 LED voltage. That's life. That's when we say the person is dead. There's something else happening. And there are different systems it explains and different way we fix imbalances. It could be the Chinese thoughts of the yin and yang, or the Ayurvedic way of the yin and the pingla, or the sympathetic parasympathetic. It really brings a different dimension to how we should be looking at health. These are some of the latest tests, that microbiome testing. You can document different species of bacteria, and there are different species which cause certain diseases, and there's a dysbiotic and good health and bad bacteria. You can use some of them to treat and reverse diseases. We can test for toxins, which is rampant in today's environment, starting from bisphenols and phytates and plastics, food containers that we eat, in the cosmetics parabens that we use related to cancers, pesticides in the food that we eat, multiple things. There are specific tests which you can see and kind of document the elimination pathways 1, 2, and 3. And if there is a burden, that itself would be leading to a lot of diseases, which we call chronic or lifestyle. Biological life is very different from what actual age which we measure. A person might be 50 years, but if you are healthy enough, your cell, the aging of cell documented by a telomere test, the length of the telomeres, that could be not in a validation, but it is there, it's coming there, but these are the new concepts that are happening. You could be much younger or much older. You could be a 60-year-old or a 40-year-old, though your passport says 50 years. And you can do certain lifestyle changes and see changes in the telomere length. That's one thing. Many of the autoimmune diseases we talk about, a lot of food intolerances, IgE mediated, IgM mediated, testing available for that, and I've seen cases where disease can be reversed or take a break on by even just doing these elimination kind of diets. Mitochondrial health, fatty acid metabolism tracers, the hormone tracer. You actually can trace and monitor stress levels by doing hormone assays, including the clock. Typically, this is what we are used to: allopathic medicine. Levels of research before it actually enters into clinical practice guidelines. Level 1, level 1A, B, C. But some of the stuff I just showed you is, some of it is one. More and more specialists, GI surgeons, a few of them are becoming aware and they are introducing this into their practice. But quite a bit of it is in stage 2, stage 3. I feel it will soon be absorbed. It will climb up the ranks. We need to look at evidence-based medicine, not just based on relevant clinical scientific evidence, also looking at patient values and preferences, and also using the clinical judgment. I mean, my opinion that trumps everything else. So lifestyle medicine basically promotes a lot of whole food, plant-based, eat plants, keep moving, sleep healthy, present, stay calm, and love people. And how the Z-givers, what happens outside, we like temperature, food, affects the internal cycles, the connection between that. And that's my garden. It's not just our habits, and also our habitat. We need to be mindful about, because the earth we have inherited, that is something we are going to pass on to generations to come. We are only borrowed it, and we need to be careful about the carbon imprint, the karma imprint we leave there. Stuff from our garden, microgreens, the polar map showing the additional nutrient content, healthy cooking techniques, baking, air frying, charts, plant-based yogurt. The choice is very clear. You can do a lot of disease if you can make mindful choices. Peas versus pills, or beans versus stems. Make your choices whether what you choose on the top row, a triangular piece of watermelon or a pizza slice, or a killer coconut versus a coke, and a hand for a decomposing stick. So that's my book out there. I compare it covers a lot of the stuff I spoke about. Has 4 chapters on healthy cooking techniques, how you can identify a lot of these things, a lot of testing, and each specific chapter for diabetes, heart disease, cancer, what lifestyle modifications, and the end of every chapter giving case examples where these things we were able to reverse successfully, top 10 things everybody should be doing. And I think that's my last minute and my last slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy. We always be hearing about lifestyle diseases only. She nicely combined the learning as lifestyle medicine. Thank you. If there are any questions and comments, please.
All answers are in the Netflix outside. Questions? I really think, as a kind of gatekeepers to a lot of these diseases. We kind of diamond